Y'all, let's give her a hand as she comes.
Hey. Hey. Can we give it up real quick for Miss Tammy? Thank you. Awesome. And let's give it up for these other ladies. Awesome job, guys. Write the vision and make it plain, because dreams do come true. But do you have a dream? I mean, it can't come true if it doesn't exist. Do you know what you want to accomplish in this life? Do you have an idea of where you want to go and what you want to see? Do you know your worth? Do you know who you are? Do you know whose you are? Are your dreams big? You see, I'm 31 years old, and although I was dealt some pretty decent cards from the beginning, unfortunately, I've only recently fully understood the importance of dreaming and execution. You see, I was that girl born into a single parent home, but I've always had a huge support system who made it hard for me to know anything about the struggle. I grew up on Church Street. That's where the clubs are in Blakely, Georgia. Our single-wide trailer was already 20 years old before Granddaddy decided to make it livable for my mom and me. We had 2 small bedrooms, and we could literally stand in the living room, the dining room, and the kitchen all at the same time. We were dirt poor in money, but we were dirty rich in everything else. You see, I was able to see both sides of the coin from an early age because my grandparents were retired educators who had worked hard and saved even harder, and they were considered well off in the community in which we lived. And my granddaddy was that guy for me. He taught me about hard work and morals and kindness and God. He made sure that I knew the Bible stories and how to pray. He put me on programs to sing and to lead devotion and to deliver speeches and addresses. And he made sure that I carried the Pittman name well. He encouraged me to get an education. No, scratch that. He demanded that I get an education. And he insisted that I work hard at whatever I chose to do. Now, I was an only child. And I spent most of my days as the center of attention for a family that I loved and respected. But one thing about my crew, they were old. They were all old. I knew they were old. And I knew that they were bringing me up in that old time way. I'm an old soul, y'all. And I just can't help it. But the point that I'm making is, although I was given all the love, attention, and support possible, and although I was required to set goals and have aspirations, I was shown the traditional route. And I wasn't encouraged to dream big. Granddaddy wrote me a letter as he neared his final days on earth. And on that letter, he encouraged me to get married, to settle down, and to make an honest living for myself. He told me to live comfortably. And for the first 10 years of my career as a math teacher, that was what I tried to do. Except for the fact that I've never been average. Not in my thinking, not in my speech, not in my ideas, not in my plans, and certainly not in my purchases either. So after a few years of fooling myself that I was living up to Granddaddy's expectations, I realized that I was living a lie. Because even though I was still going to church and praying till the power fell and singing until the people danced and working hard like he told me to, teaching math to 8th graders and teaching math to adults and working at any part-time gig that I could find, I was broke. I was broke and Granddaddy was dead. And I was on my knees praying every single night for a way out. I knew that my real dreams were big dreams. I knew that my goals and aspirations were far beyond Blakely, Georgia. I knew that there was a world out there and that I deserved to see it. But I also knew that I had to relearn how to walk on 5 different occasions. And I knew that getting out of bed, not to mention taking a shower and getting dressed, was an everyday struggle. And I knew that my mama had to go everywhere with me, not because she's my bodyguard, but because of my medical condition. You see, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome has forever altered my life. Will I ever be able to bear children and care for them? I don't know, but what I do know is that I have a lot of life and I have a lot of love to give. I have ideas and visions and lessons to teach and people to meet and places to see. So even though I don't know what the next day or the next hour for that fact will bring for me, I choose to live life now. And even though I do struggle with POTS and the limitations that it brings, I realize that we are all alike in the fact that we do not know what our tomorrows will bring. So we have to be confident in the one thing that was, that is, and that will forever be. And that is our one and only Father God. You see, I put a lot of stock in that man that I called Granddaddy, but I never put more in him than I put in my daddy. Because you see, my daddy died on a tree for me. He died so that I may live, so that I could have life and have it more abundantly. My daddy looks out for me, y'all. He thought I was worth saving. He thought I was to die for. And I just get so excited when I think about him because he's such a gentleman. He just keeps on opening doors for me. And I finally got an answer to those prayers that I prayed every night on my knees. He told me to simply get up off my knees and go do something. And I thank God that I was raised to be obedient, because the something that I was led to do is a project called Paycation. Through Paycation, I am proud to say that I am a business owner. I'm able to supplement that schoolhouse check with an income that is proven to be more than I could have ever asked or thought of. Granddaddy and them taught me that it's a blessing to be a blessing. So Paycation works well for my belief system because I'm able to share the Paycation blessing with others. You see, I realize that I am well worth it. I am worth the extra and the more than enough. I'm worth being compensated to simply enjoy my life. And for anybody that may agree, we'll actually be right here in the same facility next Saturday, sharing the knowledge, sharing the wealth of how to take your ordinary self and become extraordinary. Don't limit yourself, and definitely don't limit our God. He has already given us the power to obtain wealth. Everything that you need to be successful, everything that you need to accomplish your goals is already inside of you. Like my girl Whitney said, and matter of fact, I think Shaka said it too, I am every woman. It really is all in me. You see, baby, I'm worth it. This girl is on fire. You got to know that you have power. You need to understand that there is power in your tongue. There is power in your hands. There is greatness on the inside of you. So what are you going to do? Are you going to keep dreaming? Are you going to let your life pass you by? Are you going to keep Facebook stalking? Or are you going to just stay on your knees praying? I challenge you to make a decision today. Choose yourself. Choose your life. Choose to be happy. Choose to enjoy. Choose to live your best life now. How do you do that? It's simple. If you know the man that I know, the man that has taken me from the single wide trailer on Church Street and made me a homeowner and a landlord, and allowed me to drive my dream car and marry my high school sweetheart and raise a 2-year-old Yana that I didn't even have to conceive, and given the vision to found a girls group and a women's ministry, and given me grace to receive an associate's degree and a bachelor's degree and a master's degree and a specialist degree. The man who has given me the gift of teaching math and enjoying it at Early County Middle School and Bainbridge College. The man who let me have in my memory box that I was selected and honored this year as the Teacher of the Year for Early County Middle School, as well as the system-wide Teacher of the Year for the Early County School System, and an unsung hero recipient for my community, and has blessed me to be a national executive with Vacation Travel, a business that I am the CEO of. All while I'm either in a hospital bed or a wheelchair, on a walker, and maybe rocking a jazzy cane, praying that my tomorrow will be better than my yesterday. If you know that man that has allowed those things for me, then you will agree with me when I remind you that our God is amazing. And he is always looking out for us. You see, I've fallen more times than I could ever count. But that would never overshadow the fact that eyes have not seen and ears have not heard. Neither has it entered into the hearts of men the good things that God has in store for you and for me. So when tomorrow comes, remember that you have no other choice but to get up and go do something. And the day after that, remember to do the same. And when next week comes, you got to get up and you got to go do something. And next month, it'll be common knowledge that you're going to get up and do something. Encourage your sister on your journey by speaking life into her and speaking life into her situation. And challenge her to get up and do something. Her marriage may be failing, and it will in fact fail if she don't get up and go do something. Her children may be struggling in school, and they will continue to struggle if she don't get up and go do something. Her bills may be behind, and guess what? Them jokers gonna stay behind if she don't get up and go do something. She may be broke, busted, and disgusted, and she gonna stay broke, busted, and disgusted if she don't get up and go do something. I'm done here, y'all, but we got to take it to church real quick before I take my seat, if you will. Look at your sister that's sitting right beside you. Look at your sister and look at her good. Smile at her pretty and remind her, you got to get up and go do something. God bless you.
Wow. All right. Good job, Mia. Good job.